Breaking news out of Russia, a massive explosion and fire at an industrial plant in the Ryazan region has killed at least 24 people and injured more than 150 others. The blast ripped through the elastic plant, a facility already known for past accidents and safety violations. Today, we'll break down what happened, the history of this plant, why safety lapses remain a deadly problem in Russia, and what this means moving forward. The explosion happened on Friday, August 15, 2025, at the Elastic plant in Shalovsky district, roughly 155 miles southeast of Moscow. Officials say the fire started in a gunpowder workshop, a section of the plant that handled volatile materials. At least 157 people were injured, many of them workers inside the facility at the time of the explosion. Hospitals across Ryazan are now overwhelmed with burn victims and trauma cases. Russia's investigative committee, the country's top investigative authority, has opened a criminal case for industrial safety violations. While Russia has blamed Ukraine for some past explosions, investigators here say this incident was not sabotage. Instead, early reports suggest it was caused by mismanagement and safety failures. The Ryazan regional governor declared a day of mourning, as families gathered at makeshift memorials. This tragedy is not the first at the Elastic plant. In fact, it's the second deadly explosion in just 4 years. Back in 2021, the same facility suffered a massive blast that killed 17 workers. Following that disaster, several managers were sentenced to prison for negligence. Authorities issued multiple warnings about safety standards in the years since, but critics say enforcement was weak and corners were cut. Industrial accidents like this are alarmingly common in Russia. The combination of aging facilities, corruption, and chronic mismanagement creates a dangerous environment for workers. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the Kremlin has poured billions into its military-industrial complex. But safety in civilian industries has often taken a back seat. This raises a tough question. How many more lives will be lost before meaningful reform takes place? For the families of the victims, these statistics are not abstract. They represent mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters who never came home from work. More than 150 injured survivors are now recovering in hospitals. Many face life-changing injuries from burns and blast trauma. The investigation will now look at whether safety rules were ignored again, despite past tragedies. But Russia's track record suggests accountability may be short-lived. The Elastic plant explosion is the clearest example of what happens when lessons are ignored. The Ryazan explosion is more than a workplace accident. It's a symbol of systemic negligence that continues to cost lives in Russia. As rescue crews dig through the rubble and families bury their loved ones, the real question remains: will this disaster finally bring change, or will it be remembered as just another entry in a long list of preventable tragedies? Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown informative, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.